Hi everybody, it's David Fleming here from the Toronto Realty Blog, and welcome to this week's Pick 5. So, what's new and different? You mean like in real estate or in my life? Well, the market's still busy out there, guys. We had a listing for a condo townhouse on Shank. We had 11 offers, or 12, or 10. I can't even remember. Jesus. Listed at $899, sold for $1,112,000, obliterated any record, or even close to it. The unit next door, same model, not as nicely upgraded and well done, and didn't have me. It's over $975 a month ago. So that's in the townhouse market for condos. Single family housing market still very busy. We had a listing on Bernice listed at $729, sold for $900. Only 4 offers, interestingly enough. I think in that part of the market, you have really nervous first-time buyers trying to break in. They're not really looking forward to competing, and some of them are scared off. But those guys paid $789 a year ago, so $900 they did okay. We have a listing on Runnymede right now that's got 35 showings in less than 48 hours. Things are busy again. And, you know, the stay-at-home order came into effect last week. I think a lot of people wondered how it would affect real estate. To be honest, I'm not gloating about it. I'm just saying it hasn't really affected the market at all. So we built a snowman yesterday. I actually had to go home and be a dad for an hour because my wife had an appointment. Do I have a photo of that? That's this morning. Yeah, there's no snow anywhere, but the snowman's still there. I crush snowmen when it's packing snow. Seriously, my daughter and son were not allowed to help with it at all. Did not let them touch it. If you guys are building a snowman, Dad's building a snowman. What else? Oh, check this out. Yeah, you know, it's just 1924 Champ Cigarettes, King Clancy PSA 7. My dad's emailing me the SHIT out of it. That's going to be on Sunday night. So, new and different. Personal life, real estate. Another new and different. Got an email from somebody this week that said they really enjoy when I do pick 5s on new and different areas. So today, we're going to visit London, Ontario. No, I'm just kidding. But today I figured we would do something new and different. You know what? They're right. I do the same areas over and over. And some people watch Pick 5 to learn. Some people watch Pick 5 to, I don't know, torture themselves, right? Let's look at $4 million houses this week. And you're like, oh, I live in my mom's basement. But I wanted to do this. Let's take a look here. Go into Google Maps. And, let me just zoom out just to say we did. Okay. So, brief tour here. I'm going to zoom in, and you're going to see some areas that you know, right? The Kingsway. Right, it's basically like what, Forest Hill of the West End. Over here we've got Bloor West Village, Runnymede, some action in here. I did a pick 5 on Bloor West Village not too long ago. We've got Swansea, I think it might be getting cut off here. High Park, obviously, we've got Junction. So where we get into some areas that we don't really visit a lot, I mean, yes, we talk about Sunnylee over here. Occasionally, I'll go into here. I did one on Eatonville. But what I want to do today is go up into here, because this is an area we're never in. So is this Mississauga? No, it's not. Mississauga is on the other side of the 427. Is it Richmond Hill? No, come on, it's not Richmond Hill. But for a lot of you looking at this, you have absolutely no idea where it is. Humber, you know Humber. There's Humber College. There's the Humber River. That sounds familiar. Thorncrest? Thornbury? That place up near Collingwood that some people... No. Princess Margaret. The hospital? No. Right? I'm going to be honest, guys. I'm not in this area very often. Really, truly, I'm not. But today, I thought, what the heck? Why don't we look into this area right here, okay? St. George's Golf and Country Club. My goodness. I remember golf. Before kids. The year before I had my daughter, my wife had her, I mean, I golfed 36 times. The year after, I golfed 9. And last year, I golfed twice. So there's that. So what I want to do today is look in here. Okay, so call this Princess Anne Manor, call it Princess Margaret, call it whatever you want. Jerry's insulating. But it's a really cool pocket, and it's so interesting because they're mostly bungalows. Now, a lot of people are like, I don't want a bungalow. I don't want a semi. I had a client once, no longer client, did not last very long, was like, I don't want to buy in a street where there's semi-detached houses. I was like, okay, cool. Beautiful detached house in here. I looked across the street and there were some semis. Murderers? Is that who lives there? No. Let me think. The house across the street, semi, 2.2 million. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't blame you, right? Yeah, I wouldn't want to slum it with them. So people have all kinds of misconceptions about the market. I think when it comes to bungalows, the expectation is that it's sort of like a lesser than, or like in Leaside, the bungalow is just waiting to be torn down for a developer to put something up that's bigger. In this area, you have massive ranch-style bungalows. And so for some people, I don't want to say that it's exclusively downsizers, but you know, some people they're like, well, I want all one level, but I don't want 1,200 square feet, so I want a massive spot. So what we're going to see in this area today are some slipping under my door. It's literally just constant harassment around here. We're going to see 60 footers, we're going to see 80 footers, we're going to see 3 bedrooms, 4 bedrooms, some really, really nice real estate in and around Jerry's insulating. What did Jerry do? Did Jerry pull like John Google out of a burning car or something to get that? That's just awesome. Okay, so here we go, guys. As mentioned, right? This is our box we're going to draw around it. St. George's Junior Public School, amazing school, obviously. It's not ranked by the Fraser Institute, so I can't tell you exactly how good it is. And then on the other side here, you've got John Althouse. So they're both really good schools. Now, what are we looking at today? Oh, great, glasses. Now I'm blind. Okay, so you're seeing a bungalow, and you look at this and you think, where is this, Willowdale? Is this like your grandparents' house? This looks very grandparenty. I'm not gonna lie. This angel brick here, the fact that this looks like 3 big dollops of pizza dough. Oh my God. I love making fresh pizza. It's literally like 5,000 calories. I think I'm gonna tell Jenna that we should do that on Saturday night. But that's what I see there is 3 big blobs of pizza dough. Maybe you're a pervert and you see something differently. I don't know. But anything that's this well manicured, I'm sorry, it's probably older individuals or people that really just, you know, have access to the Jiffy app. So you're going to see a lot of this. You're going to see a lot of really well manicured properties, and they're long and they stretch out. And what we've got is a 64 by 122. So 64, mind blown, right? If you think about, I don't know, you're on the east side and you're like, a 14-foot semi? I was really hoping for 16, right? If you're in Lee side and you're like, oh, well, you know, the 30 by 120 is 3.2 million for the new build. The 36, well, I can't afford that. This is a 64 by 122. It is a massive piece of land. So it's a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom, right? Finished basement. So that's where you're getting that +1 from. That's a basement bedroom. And of course you have your own bathroom down there. Now it goes without saying, obviously it's a private driveway. It's a double 2-car garage. They've got 6-car. I mean, you could park 100 cars. You could park a boat. You could park a jet ski. You could do whatever you want. So down here, check this out. Evolving St. George Golf Club neighborhood, right? Good branding there, right? You're near the St. George Golf Club. You might as well call it the St. George Golf Club neighborhood. Why not? So let's take a look at what we've got inside. And there's something to be said for flow here. A little dated. You can tell by the ceiling. Reminds you of your grandmother's place. Sure. Tile's a bit dated. Furniture's a bit dated, right? But the space is unbelievable. So I'm not going to lie. I don't care for the finishes, the artwork. This awkward picture here of what looks like to be a moose. Sorry, I get distracted easily. But the flow is great. Everything else sucks, right? The furniture's awful. God, what must people think if they watch the Pick 5 and I'm talking about their property? Thankfully, there's the firewall between me and you, right? You have to enter your password, Toronto, which has never changed in 10 years. That's what enables us to do this. So kitchen, right? A lot of people are going to want open concept. Yes, you can open this up, but you have to remember that it's a bungalow. So if you make it too open, right, it's just like true condo alternative. So it's big enough that you can put a breakfast area in here so you don't always have to eat at your formal dining, but it needs work, right? And look, I'm kind of being honest and saying like I don't like anything in it. It's a dated house, right? The furniture's dated, the floor's dated, it's got the swirly ceiling. I mean, this is dated, right? But look at the size of the property. It's a 64 by 122 foot lot, right? And then you get down to the basement, okay? Like it just keeps going and going and going. Right? Dated bathroom. I know, you don't like it. Well, neither do I. Not being mean. So you get down to the basement, right? And it's got good ceiling height. Obviously, this is probably 7 feet. And it's finished. So, you know, little bar. Bedroom. I don't know what's happening with this chair facing the bed. And then you've got what is basically another bedroom. And they haven't put the +2, right? So it could be a bedroom. They've obviously got an office. But like even their file cabinet's worn. Holy moly. Right? Wow. Is that in the same room? No, it's not. There's room upon room upon room in the basement. So the basement is the entire length of the house itself. So what you've got upstairs, you've got downstairs. See? Look at that. Yard's massive. And like, again, I know you're going to want to walk out, but keep in mind, if you've got a bedroom and a bedroom, everyone's going to want to be able to walk out from the kitchen, right? Well, the kitchen may not be right here. I don't know actually because they don't have a floor plan, but if the kitchen's at the front to the side, it's not like your typical 2-story house where you've got this beautiful double door walkout to a back deck or something. So this thing needs work, but look at the size of the yard. It's beautiful, right? Awesome. So this is listed at 1699. They have an offer date for the 22nd. So there's only been, there's only been one sale on Totteridge in the last 2 years. How crazy is that? So here you have a 64 by 126. What were we? We were 64 by 122. 28, it's literally down the block. Now this sold for $1,620,000 when? Last November, Remembrance Day, okay? So way under list, 40 days on the market. Now what did it look like inside? Yeah, it was worse, right? It was pretty rough, okay? But if that's $1,620,000 and that's last year, well, right? We're $1,699,000 holding back, $1,750,000, right? I mean, maybe it's only $1,750,000. Maybe that's what's happening in this area. You could make an easy argument that it's actually $1,800,000 based on that inferior comp, based on the fact that that was last year and the market has moved. But what you're going to find in this area, in my opinion, is that just because you set an offer date does not mean that it's flying over the list price. So if you had $1,699,000 and you're in High Park, right, or you're on Galley in Ronces, $1,699,000, you're like, oh, what is that, 2.2 million? You get away from that in this area. So for some people, they don't care about how the properties are sold, right? If I have a listing that meets this client's criteria, I'll email them and say, here's a house I think will go for about 2.2. I may or may not even tell them what it's listed at because it's redundant. In this area here, you have to remember, we're not comparing apples to apples. We're not looking at what's happening in more explosive areas and then bringing that attitude over here, because this is $1,800,000 at most. And, you know, to be honest, I don't want to sound like I don't know what I'm doing, but this, you know, could sell for the list price. Okay, so let's move on to 24 Ballantyne. Oh my God, this just sold. What in the world? I just inputted this 15 minutes ago. Oh, look at this. 421. Okay, so they just updated this. This sold last night. Wah, wah. Okay, pretend that you don't know that this sold. See, it sold under list, right? 1 day on the market. So that's weird. Okay, so pretend you don't know that this sold because this literally just happened. But here you've got a 60 by 130. So we just had what? A 64 by 122. So here we've got a 60 by 130. So where are we? Okay, we're backing onto the park. So there's a massive premium here for this one backing onto the park. I want to show you, a lot of clicking here, but where's Totteridge? Okay, it's a couple streets up. So there's really not a big difference, right? Here's Totteridge and here's Ballantyne. But because Ballantyne is on a court and it's a quiet crescent, and because it backs onto the park, and of course it's, you know, a lot more updated, which I'll show you in a minute, it's going to really drive the price. So 3 bed plus 2 in the basement, 4 bath. Let's take a look. This thing's a lot nicer on the inside. So from the front, you might say the other one's got better curb appeal. I don't know. This one, as you can tell, is a little bit bigger, right? That's actually the front, right? That looks like the backyard, but it's not. It's the front. Look, behind the trees, they have a front patio. Who has a front patio? Well, when you have lot sizes like this, you can do whatever you want. Oh, and the hanging egg chair. My wife wanted me to get one a long time ago for a condo, and I didn't, thank God. Would have rusted in the rain. Okay, so inside you can see it's totally updated, right? And this is the big difference between the last one, which I kind of panned, right, and this one. So the fact that the last one was $1,700,000 list, and say it's $1,800,000, whatever it is, this is 2.3. So you've got a margin there. You've got $500,000 to $600,000. It's backing onto the park. What is that? Is that worth 100? Is that worth 200,000? Right? And then it's got the reno on the inside, and the reno is absolutely beautiful. So this is all you need, right? In one of these ranch-style bungalows, this is perfect for that downsizer. No, some of you are like, oh, it's 2.3 million. Like, who's downsizing? You got to sell for 4 million to downsize. It could be perfect for the growing family as well, right? Not everyone has to have a 2-story. But this, to me, if I'm looking at this and I don't know where we are, you could argue that this is Leaside, North Toronto, Rosedale. Not Rosedale, but you know, you could argue that this is one of those $4 million houses where you've got the big open concept kitchen. You usually have the wolf range. Then you've got the little eat-in area here, and obviously cut it off here. This was, you know, you can see you're going down to the bedrooms here. But this kitchen and eat-in area, it kind of reminds me of some of these newer builds on 36 to 40-foot lots, right? So here's the big difference. This is an addition. And you've got this massive ceiling. So from the outside, remember when I said it looks bigger and you can see that peaked roof? This is why. So this is why, among other reasons, it's $500,000 to $600,000 more. I love this room. I think it's totally cool, right? And then you've got this big main floor family room. Gorgeous house. 2.3 million. Wow. Wow. It's just funny because, like, you would never think to go out here, right? And, like, I've sold a lot in Sunnylee, Swansea, Kingsway, Anywhere west, right? And I've got a lot of clients. Last year was crazy for Bloor West, High Park. Did more business on the west side last year than ever before on the buy side. But I would never have somebody say like, okay, I want one of these. So maybe it's only 3-bedroom, right? It's only 4-bathroom. But if you were on the second floor right here, you wouldn't be complaining, right? So it's just getting your mind wrapped around this layout, right? Basement, great ceiling height, okay? And you can see like this brick and upstairs is probably original. But look how big it is, man. It's the whole length of the house. I have a ping pong table. I don't use it because I don't have friends over because we're in a pandemic, right? And it backs onto the park. Unbelievable. This is probably one of, look at that. Oh, I was at a house the other day on Orchard Park, and it backed onto this small parkette. And there's a big wooden fence. Behind it is a city fence. My clients were like, oh, okay, you know, it's not like we can put a fence there. See this right here? That's what you got, okay? That's what you got. So you can put a fence there. You can have direct access. Check that out. Direct access / hop over it to the park. Amazing. So that's really pushing the price point. I mean, I don't know, maybe you walk around here. God, unbelievable, unbelievable. This is probably one of my favorite houses I've done in Pick 5 this year. 60 by 130. Beautiful main floor family room. 3-bed, 4. Okay, so 3-piece on the main, 3-piece in the basement, 3-piece in the basement, 4-piece on the main. Okay. Wow. Do they have floor plans? No, because this sold. So this here, right? See this peak? That's the main floor family room, right? That massive addition. See this? That's the vaulted ceiling in that dining room, and then they had that huge addition. So 2.3 million. Wow. 2375 list. So a lot of these properties are listed over and over, right? They were 2149 holding back. They didn't get what they wanted, so they listed at 2375. This agent swoops in one day on the market, 2.3. Now who knows where they started, right? Maybe they were there on offer night and it didn't work, but good on that agent. 75,000 under list one day on the market. Buyer agent. Okay. So the next one I think is back on Totteridge. Okay, so we're back on Totteridge. We're literally down the block. Here we have 2.5 million. So hold on a second. Hold on a second. We were just at 22 Totteridge, 64 by 122 for $1.7 million, right? And now we're on a 65 feet. I don't know what's happening here. It doesn't have the depth. We're a 4-bed, so we have an extra bedroom, and it is a, hello, side split, okay? So they did not put the levels here. It's very confusing. If you ever see a side split, it's like main, lower, basement. What's lower than a basement? What's base lower? And then it's like upper second. Okay, side splits and back splits are crazy, crazy layouts. So let's take a look. Oh God. Okay, so again, see this peak here? This is going to tell me that it is definitely a back split or a side split. Now, the other one had that peak, and it was a bungalow, but here you can see this little window. So most of these are bungalows in this area, as I mentioned, but you do have some that are 1.5. Right here you can definitely see. And this is beautiful, beautiful out front. I talked about, see, another big blob of pizza dough. That's what I see, right? Perfectly trimmed, perfectly manicured. People out here really take pride in their houses. So this thing's beautiful on the inside. It's a little bit different style than the last one. The last one was fully renovated. It was modern. It was white. See this? Who paints in browns, right? Very, very particular. And this is where, like, I would never think to have a blue and a brown, but I'm a guy, right? And I don't know anything about fashion or design, right? This is somebody that clearly has a designer that's walked in. They've done wallpaper, right? I'm afraid of really pungent colors. Look at this thing happening right here. So again, really, really big footprint. Love the wood burning. Oh, is that not? It's not wood burning. You know why? Because if it was actual fire, the cords would get melted. Okay, so then you see, right, this I don't care for. You've got a kitchen, and then this is what? Your family room? It's like literally in your kitchen. So I much prefer the other one that we just saw. This is pretty nice too, right? For $2.5 million. I'm not knocking it. But it's kind of my job too. Beautiful. Yeah, I don't know. To me, this just kind of feels like you're sitting in your kitchen, right? Like your dishes. I'm going to watch a movie in my kitchen. Anyways, yeah, okay, that wallpaper, that's intense. All right, so here's where you get to see, right, the side split action. So that's your front door. You walk in, you've got down, you've got up. Reminds me of our house in Park City, Utah. Did I just say that out loud? Yeah, I had a really tough childhood. Okay. So you've got some carpets upstairs, one carpet, two carpets. So they didn't do too much upstairs. Older, older, older. And then we got another funky color here, right? So you've got a mishmash here of updates. That's an old monitor. That's what I had McMaster in 01. And then down here, so this is like your basement or your lower, or maybe there's, literally there will be houses where under this, there's another basement. That's the crazy part about side split, back splits. Okay, so again, huge space, whatever. You can get rid of the carpet and the ugly furniture and you can paint it neutral, but it's a massive, massive space. So in these houses, it's like there's so much, holy crap, what happened here? I wasn't wrong, right? Okay, I talked to you about this happening here, and then what? We got another basement. Oh, yeah, they just vacuumed. No, I can tell. Yeah. There's a few marks from the vacuum. So that's a bar. Put your foot on that boy right there, and put your elbow there. So again, pretty different, right? Side split, back split. It's crazy. Can't even keep track of all the rooms in here. So I don't love this one. I like the other one a lot. This is obviously in need of some work, right? Look at the size of it. So it's very unassuming from the front, where you've got this little bungalow, right? Like this one next door maybe. And then up top you can see you've got another level here, you've got another level here. So it's much bigger than the first one. Oh, this is interesting. Oh, hello, it's this one. Thank you. What else were they get? Oh, you guys can't see this. It's cut off, I believe. You can see the bottom of it maybe. Anyways, there's a box drawn around the property. So I think it's a cool shot. I've yet to use a drone in any of my listings, but I would maybe put that on the to-do list. Okay, so 126 Princess Anne. So here's where you get into, check this out, a bungaloft. What? A bungaloft? Sure. Your guess is as good as mine as to how to define a bungaloft versus a side split or a back split. Now this is 2550. It's been on the market for over 2 months. 3 bed, 2 in the basement lower, and 5 bathrooms. 65 by 119. There is another kitchen in the basement. I don't think that is a apartment. I just think that there are so many different levels here. So Princess Anne is further up. Okay, so you're almost at Eglinton now. Again, we started down and around here, right? We had Totteridge, we had 2 on Totteridge, Ballantyne, and then Princess Anne. So maybe you're closer up here to Eglinton if you want to be near infrastructure, you're closer to the school, but obviously the one on Ballantyne back into the park, that was my fave. So what have we got inside? Pretty renovated, right? Maybe not as much of my style as I would say as that one that I keep glowing about. Really modern, right? And good job furniture selecting. They have the wolf range, thank you. But again, this is like a smaller version, more compact of what you might find in those 40 to 50 foot new builds in the Midtown area. So beautiful all the way, right? Living dining combined. Holy crap, that's intense. I should do a feature on Friday on whack bathrooms. Maybe I will. Wallpaper and bathrooms. Is that boring? I don't know. I don't have a blog topic for Friday, and I have a lot of work to do today. We're going to be listing 20 properties in the same building, and I got to go today and see them all. And I don't know how I'm going to do that. I've always wanted a closet like this, with an island in the closet, like Ray Donovan. Literally open this up and choose like which watch to wear, except I don't wear a watch. I haven't worn a watch in a long time. I would say 2014, 15. How do you know what time it is? I just asked someone. Okay, so upstairs, again, way more modern, right? But we're getting into, what, $2.5 million now? So again, I never cared for this type of couch. I don't know what's happening with this guy over here. So literally, we might as well, we're just drinking beers and looking at real estate right now. I don't really know if I'm teaching you guys anything, but, oh, I was wrong. It is a basement apartment. Huh. Why would anyone have, it's got to be an in-law suite, but you've got a meat slicer. You have a meat slicer. That's amazing. That is amazing. I would be so afraid of cutting myself. They are just the sharpest thing in the world. Wow, but you have your very own meat slicer. Huh. Wow. That's cool. Okay, so basement apartment, I want to skip through this because I want to get to the last one. Okay, you got a clean garage. You can eat off the floor, maybe some sliced meat. And there you go. So, I don't know. This one just didn't do it for me. 73 days in the market, 255. Man, I love this one. This one was so cool. This one was just awesome, right? So I just think this is a bit over renovated. Okay, last one. Ready? I think this is cool. 85 foot frontage. Yeah, 85-foot frontage, 157 deep. Okay, so now we're over here in Thornbury Crescent. So the fun part about these streets here is there's no through traffic. If you see a car, you're like one of those. Really? Like what? What is it? Is it? Oh, it's a car. That's what that is. It's a car. Because these streets do not go anywhere. In fact, if you don't live on Thornbury Crescent and you happen to be on that street, you're clearly lost or casing the joint to rob people. So, I was about to go off on a tangent once about me and Galen coming back from golf and him trying to show me his girlfriend's house, and then some crazy woman, now I am on the tangent, I wrote about this, some crazy woman came out, got in her car, followed us up Lawrence, and said, what were you just doing on our street? What were you doing on our street? And I was like, a real estate agent, I was looking at houses. She's like, pull over. And she copied down my license plate. And then for some odd reason, I was like, I'm a real estate agent. I gave her my business card, and she called the Bosleys and said, do you have an agent named David Fleming? Because someone was just on my street looking at houses, and I think they're casing the place to rob us. What a fucking lunatic. Sorry. But like literally, that was so frustrating to me. So frustrating. On Thanksgiving, I got a call from the Bosleys. Were you just on such and such street? I was like, yeah. Did a crazy woman call you? Yeah. She literally followed us for blocks. I was driving an old Toyota Corolla. This was like in 2006, I guess. I said I wouldn't go off on that tangent, but I did. Anyways, so 85 by 157. I love the night shot here. Now this to me is like, I don't know, if it was up in the hills in California or something, right? It's got that kind of vibe to it. Again, look at the perfectly manicured lawn. I don't know where the pizza dough shrubs are. God, I'm hungry. But it's just beautiful. I love it. I love the black frames. I have that at my house. I didn't like pick any of the finishes in my house, by the way. So this is a traditional bungalow. This does not have, I hate that couch. This does not have the bungalow loft, the side split, the back split. I'm sorry if these photos are too small. Maybe we can zoom in on them. It's amazing to see people hire an agent who can't figure out like JPEG versus MPEG. Anyways, damn, I was saving this one for last, and these photos suck. I don't know if you can see this, but they're tiny, tiny, tiny what I'm looking at right now. The staging also doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, what's happening here? Like, I don't know. Why are we in this room? And everything's leather, too, right? There's a couch facing a desk with another level rougher chair. Cool. Okay, so I love the 85-foot lot. I actually really like this house. I like the flow. I like the backyard. The finishes are decent, or decent as the kids would say. It's just the photos are small and the furniture's awful. So there's a weird-ass home gym, right? And downstairs we've got original parquet. So they didn't update downstairs, and again, they have awful furniture. Like, literally, this must belong to, like, one of the heirs to Leon's. Okay, so then we've got a bar, and we've got a pool table. Man, everyone in this area is just pimped out with pool tables and ping pong tables and awful drop ceilings and parquet floors. So this thing is actually sold conditionally, which is interesting because it's the most expensive, and I don't know. It's got that, right? 157 foot. You have like your own rock wall. I don't know what's happening there. That's an awesome lot. God, can you imagine? That's wild. That's absolutely wild. Man. There's a lot of value in here, guys. Look at the size of it, right? And again, this is the lower level. So it is a bungalow. That's the bungalow. That's the lower level, and it walks out at grade because the land slopes down. So this isn't a back split. Oh boy, phone's just blowing up here, guys. Gonna have to get a move on. Okay. So what do you think? Would you go out here, right? It's a hike. It's definitely a hike, right? Eglinton LRT, very close to Yorkdale. I don't even know where Yorkdale is, to be honest. Oh, it's up at the 401. Shows you how often I go shopping in person. After the pandemic, are people still going to do that? Are they going to go shopping in person? Everything we do is on Amazon. I asked Matthew the other day, I was like, do you have an eBay account? Because I want him to bid on something for me. Because I'm arguing with this guy that's trying to sell a card for too much money. He goes, why would I have an eBay account? Amazon has been around for my entire life. Huh. Good point. So, what do you think? Would you go out here? It's pretty far, right? But if you look down here at where the Kingsway is, it's not that much further. The Kingsway is on Bloor, and we've got the subway there. But we're going to have the LRT over in Eglinton. The schools are great. The properties are huge. It's a different style of living. And I know it's not for everybody. And yes, of course, the properties prices, let's see. See, this one just sold. From 1.7 up to $3 million. Anyways, guys, that was something different, right? That was fun, right? weird story about me almost getting kidnapped by a crazy lady coming running out of her house. I wonder what that woman's doing right now. Probably something crazier. What kind of a person does that? I was driving a Corolla. She was like, what? Someone in a Corolla on my street? Yeah, we do a lot of those stories in Pick 5. Okay, as I said, hope you learned something. Next week I'll probably get back to doing houses, probably on the east side or west side, probably to $1,000,001, probably semis, because that's where everyone is right now. The condo market is, I don't know, I wouldn't say it's boring. It's just, it doesn't excite me as much as houses. They're fun, they're different. So yeah, we'll see. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, guys. Get it back to this phone that's blowing up, and I will see you next week. Bye for now.